Joining me now for more on this is Michael Arnold from the TRT World Research Centre. Good to see you. And we've just heard Imogen saying the little that people have right now. And also the Lebanese central governor, he's been giving a speech. He's said many things regarding the financial crisis. One of them is that there's a systematic campaign against him. Your reaction to what he's been saying?
You know, I think one of the comments that stood out to me, what he said, was that previous governments knew what he was doing and were, fully in agreement with it. The importance of this is this points to that this is more of a systematic issue. What is clear is that the central bank has a role as a main actor in this process, particularly with their inability to keep the necessary foreign currency reserves in the country that were needed to prop up the economy, despite engaging in several financial engineering schemes in conjunction with the country's banks, which some observers have basically called a Ponzi scheme. So the central bank in this is very much a main actor. However, what we are seeing in the background here is really a systematic and years of mismanagement of financial and political affairs and economy that across the board in terms of Lebanon's political and financial leadership. So there may be a systematic campaign targeting the central bank governor, but this is part of a larger picture in terms of trying to pass off responsibility from one to the other, where in reality is what we're dealing with here is a systematic issue which all parties, all political and economic elites in the country have benefited from over the years, and one that has left, as we're seeing now, many people behind.
Absolutely, and we're seeing just scenes of chaos in Tripoli. What needs to be fixed first and right now, either internally or coming from the outside, to stop what we're seeing in Lebanon?
Well, I think, immediately there needs to be a cash injection. A lot of people have put the figures at $25 to $30 billion over the relatively near term. The issue here is that this hinges on a systematic plan being offered by the government, both in terms of financial, economic, and political reform. Without a clear plan, the international donors, which Lebanon now has no other choice but to rely on, are not likely to be forthcoming in providing grants and loans to the country. A second really important element of this is that for any sort of plan to be accepted by the Lebanese people, not only does it have to provide some sort of sense of immediate relief because of the suffering that they're enduring now, but it also has to have a very clear and sort of genuine approach to tackling corruption, as well as retrieving what has been labeled as billions of stolen public funds that have been taken out of the system over the last few years. And the problem here is that this does not appear to be forthcoming in the current system. And in many ways, the way that the system is set up actually inhibits such a plan from coming forward. So this is the sort of catch-22 situation that the country faces at the moment.
Michael Arnold, thank you so much for breaking that down for us. Appreciate it.